Now, Anthony Albanese has just bought a $4.3 million beachfront holiday home in Copacabana on New South Wales Central Coast. I like the sound of that.
Yes.
Copacabana. It sounds like it's in South America. This is a move that I don't think is going to sit well with a lot of Australians, Patrick. Cost of living crisis, housing crisis. Really, is this a smart move for a Prime Minister to be making right now, leading up to an election, especially because it's a holiday home? Certainly as Prime Minister, he's not going to be able to live there.
No, that's right. And look, it's already been described today as Albanese's Hawaii moment. The timing is terrible. You've got a cost of living crisis, as you were saying. He hasn't always... And it makes him an easy target too for the opposition to say, well, are you about to check out? There are times when you look like you've checked out during being Prime Minister. Is this actually a sign that you're not fully invested? And it suggests that he's totally out of touch with average people who cannot pay the mortgage, who cannot pay the rent, who aren't sure where they're going to be living in 3 months' time.
They're certainly not spending $4.3 million on a beach house which is going to be used occasionally, unless he's, I don't know, hiding from us that he's stepping down and is going to retire to the beach.
What I don't understand is he's paid $4.3 million for a beach house and it doesn't even have a swimming pool.
What? Outrageous. Well, your beach is right there.
Yes.
And also for a politician who has just traded so much on his history as growing up in public housing, and that's just been a big part of his brand.
Yes.
Again, you can see why this seems to be, but it's just a lack of political nous.
Absolutely.
Wait until after the election to do it. I mean, it's just a remarkable decision to be making now. Now, I want to ask you about a top fund manager warning that Labor's proposed tax on super balances of more than $3 million could decimate self-managed super fund industry. The entire industry would be in peril, according to Wilson Asset Management Chief Jeff Wilson. He says that these taxes would remove any benefit to invest your money into a super fund, and you'd be better off putting it into a savings account instead. This is an area that I'm surprised the Albanese government are venturing down, because it cost Bill Shorten, it had a lot to do with Bill Shorten losing the unlosable election. You would think they would leave this industry alone for now. And
they seem to be dabbling with negative gearing. And look...
It's in their DNA. They can't help themselves.
No, that's right. And look, it sounds like a bad sort of law for a number of reasons. The unintended consequences that the fund managers are talking about. You're going to draw all this money, you're going to dry out all this money that goes into investment. It's going to hurt productivity, it's going to hurt economic growth. Australians are trained from day one to avoid tax. And if they're going to get close to $3 million, and it's a threshold that isn't even indexed for the future. So $3 million today might sound like a lot, but in 5 years' time, or 10 years' time, or 20 years' time, it's not so much.
Yeah.
It's not even indexed. And it's going to have effects that were not intended in a very big way.
And if you invest that money with the current laws and rules, and then they're changed on you, I think that's also what most people would see as unfair. And it seems like we keep attacking people who are trying to be self-sufficient, whether it's through property investment or self-managed super funds who are sacrificing so they don't go on the pension, they can take care of themselves. I just think that's just so short-sighted. It really is.
It's anti-aspirational.
Anti-aspirational, exactly. Patrick Carlyon, thank you so much for your time this evening.
Thanks, Rita.